Hey everybody, Steven here, and for today's video I'm going to show you a technique that I use that I actually got from Kelly Starrett for getting some soft tissue work really deep into the QL, right? The quadratus lumborum, right through here, okay? This actually is something that somebody made a comment they were having trouble getting to it with one of my other videos. So this is actually the technique that I personally use, and I use it with my clients as well. Now I have a AcuPoint ball, which is kind of like a yoga tune-up ball in that it is low density. So you can squeeze this, where a lacrosse ball is high density, where you go to squeeze it and it's rubber, it's really, really hard. This is softer, it's more forgiving. Now I don't have my alpha ball, which I usually preference doing this movement with, because that is actually a higher diameter ball. So there's not as much of a focal point with that, where this is gonna have a higher focal point. What that does mean is that this digs way deeper into the tissue, right? Because it has less surface area with it. That alpha ball just has a tendency to feel a little bit better, and that's essentially the scale that I'm at, but I'll show you guys with this. I'll put a link for the yoga tune-up ball and for this as well. I highly recommend both of those. The alpha ball, I mean, for my glutes, my lower back, my psoas is kind of my go-to tool for all of that. I'll link to my psoas drill as well, which I think I have with another back video that I've done. But you will need that in some type of weight. I have a kettlebell, okay? So I'm gonna lay on my back here. The basic setup, and this is without weight, is where you'll start. You're gonna take this and put it underneath the back here. I'm on my QL right now, and I call it wagging the tail. I'm actually just shifting my back and forth, and I'll go down a little bit lower, and then I'll come up a little bit, and I'm searching out for those areas that are very, very tense and that I can feel I have a knot, and then I'll spend a little bit of time there. I might actually just sit there for 10, 15 seconds and take some deep breaths in, and then slowly exhale, maybe do a breathing box there, right? Where I'm inhaling for 3 seconds, pausing for 3 seconds, exhaling slowly for 3 seconds, pausing for 3 seconds, and repeating that pattern, which we call a breathing box, right? But let's say this wasn't enough, okay? I needed more, I needed to get deeper. What we can do is we can take a weight. This is 25 pounds. This is pretty heavy. Figure out what weight you would need. I'm gonna breathe into the belly because I don't want this to stick into my stomach, so I need intra-abdominal pressure. Deep breath in there, so that this canister is filled with air. My whole core, my midsection is full of air. And then once I'm here and I have that, now I can shift a little bit. And this is adding pressure to that. And this can get in even deeper now into that QL. This one is more advanced in my opinion because of the technique that you're using. One, you need a lot of body control. I'll just hang out there for a second. But two, just in terms of pressure and how much I'm applying to my QL, this is really, really intense. This is something not everybody can handle. If this is enough where you're like, I really feel that, that's doing amazing, I don't need this. This is really for those individuals that are having a hard time getting to those deeper tissues that they need with that on their QL there. So, like I said, I'll put the links. In terms of time, I spend about a minute on each side. I'm not really gonna go longer than that, 30 seconds to a minute, and I might do multiple rounds. I try not to be on that side for more than a minute, personally, because at that point I might just start to cause tissue irritation. But what I'm gonna do is, I'll do that one side. If I need it on both, and I usually like to make it even, I'll do that 30 seconds to a minute on the right side, 30 to 60 seconds, right? 30 seconds to a minute on the left side. I'll take a breather. If it feels like I need to do another pass, I'll usually do another pass, and I'll do anywhere between 2 and 3 passes. I might not do it right all then also. A lot of times what I'll recommend for my clients is you're gonna do that one pass on both sides, 3 times, maybe 4 times, just kind of randomly throughout the day. Usually I'm doing it when I wake up. If I'm really having some issues with my lower back, and I know it is with my QL, I'm gonna do that before, after my workout, and then before bed. Or if I'm just feeling it at any point, I'm gonna address it right then. I pair this with my psoas drill as well, where I'm actually getting there in the psoas, because I don't wanna just address this tissue, I wanna address the antagonistic tissue to that, right? The opposing tissue to that. I'll put a link for that psoas drill as well, so you can watch that if you want to. So that is it, guys. If you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all of my content, I am finally done with my grip certification, so I'll be able to pump more of these videos out. My schedule finally calmed back down. I'll be doing some more videos with showcasing some of that stuff as well. Hit that subscribe button for me, and thank you so much for watching.